How's it going, guys? Josh here, and welcome back to another FIFA 18 Ultimate Team video, another FUT Project video. But today it's going to be a bit more of a discussion video. We're actually going to be talking more about the Team of the Year. Now, if you don't know currently, there's been a few tweets online and a few posts on Reddit to say that the Team of the Year might be community-based. Now, I don't know whether it is or isn't going to be, or how it's going to be done. But obviously it's quite a big talking point at the moment. Now, to me, I believe that it shouldn't be community based. I quite like the idea of having the Team of the Year being mainly based from the fifth Pro Team of the Year. Again, we have seen a couple of years where one or two players have been changed, but that is a maximum, and I can live with that. I can live with one or two players being changed. However, it looks like, from the way they're putting it, that maybe the whole team, or like I say, it might just be one player is going to be changed. Now, looking at the team as it is, I couldn't really change too much with it. I quite like the team, personally. I think that the players that they've got in the team are quite well balanced in how they've played throughout the year, and a lot of them do deserve their place. A couple of players I might change. Now, Buffon, he does deserve to be in there. He had a great year. Obviously, he went to the World Cup final. It's going to be one of his last years. He's played really well. He actually deserves to be in that team, and there's no doubt about that at all. However, De Gea has also had a very good year. Now, looking up to the point where the fifth Pro team was announced, he'd had a good year, but it wasn't the best you could possibly have. It was still a good year. I wouldn't say it was a bad year at all. But since then, he's actually played even better for Man United, and he's kept, as a United fan, us in so many different matches. And having him in the team just makes us look a far better side than sometimes we actually are. So, I mean, having him would be a player that I would say could deserve to be in there. But I completely agree. Buffon being in there is absolutely fine. It's a pretty good pick. The defence itself, I probably wouldn't change any of that. There's not really many players. The only opposite player would be Chiellini for Bonucci, but Bonucci had such an impact for that season. Again, like I say, another Champions League final player, as well as Dani Alves. Absolutely insane season last season for Juventus, and obviously a lot of that was within the 2017 year. So he definitely deserves to be in there. Again, the other two defenders, Marcelo and Ramos, are both again Champions League finalists, and they're actually Champions League final winners. So I couldn't really disagree with the defence and goalkeeper. I'd probably leave that as it is. Whilst I don't agree with Dani Alves and Bonucci's attitude, if you know to do with the Champions League final, they both had quite a good go. Paulo Dybala, just because of his finishing, I believe it was. Oh no, he got himself a booking. It wasn't that. It was because he got himself a booking. And for that is the actual reason they got sold in the end. The manager didn't agree with it. Didn't agree that the way that they treated him, and therefore he just sold them. That's why they went, and that's why they went for such a cheap price, even though they were playing such good football. I mean, Dani Alves always looked like he was going to go, but Bonucci was quite a shock one, I believe, at the time. And probably a lot of the fans would say that too. Now, the midfield, that's a complete and utter popularity contest. That is a complete popularity contest. Modric maybe deserves to be on that team. Kroos and Iniesta, I would probably say no. I wouldn't personally put them in there. I would have probably have had at least Kante for Iniesta, maybe Kroos in there, but Kroos could have easily been taken out for the likes of Pogba, De Bruyne, players that have played so well this season, compared to these couple of Madrid players that have literally just been voted in there as a popularity contest. So there's a couple of changes you could see there. Again, the attack, I probably wouldn't change. I wouldn't put Suarez in over the three you've got up there. All three of them have had great seasons. Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar. It's going to be a typical lineup for the next couple of years, I can imagine, unless one gets injured and you see someone like Suarez take over. But even at the moment, Suarez is playing some pretty bang average football at Barcelona. He's not the top player. He's not playing at his best. Looking into it, so obviously, like I say, if it's a community-based team of the year, you've got a couple of things to look into. The fact that you could have a whole team made by the community is something I don't like the idea of. They could put in anyone in there, and now obviously on Reddit they're explaining this. They're saying about how you could have a team full of BPL players. You could have a team of the year with Bakayoko. You could have a team of the year with Son. You could have a team of the year with all these players you don't even want in there. Why would you want a team of the year Gabriel Jesus? Alright, he might have had an okay season, but does he deserve team of the year? No. So in that sense, I'm thinking, I'm really hoping they don't do the whole team and maybe it is just one player. And again, the one player I'm hoping is out of the candidates for the team of the year. So they could do it in the fact that they change one player in the team and make one player community based. That would be interesting, and I'd love to see something like that because it mixes it up a little bit. Even though we've had it mixed up a little bit with it being announced so early, it's something even more. It's to keep the hype alive for Team of the Year, because obviously Team of the Year usually it's announced, and then at the minute it's announced, it comes out in packs. It's like you get one of the players in the packs, and obviously that is something you want to see. It's the hype that you get built around, and the hype that you take on at the time. So I can understand that being an idea. The other option I believe, which would be better, is maybe to community base one player for each position. Not saying every single position, but say for example when the defenders come out, they bring out one defender, one goalkeeper who was named from the selection and is voted by the fans. So for example, you could have David De Gea, and you could have say for example Chiellini, and they're both of those are only SBC players. You can't get them from anything else other than an SBC. Maybe make it a little bit affordable, but obviously you've got to imagine these are some of the best players in the game, so they're going to be a little bit expensive. To me, that would be a better idea. I would prefer that, and have, like I say, so you get 4 extra players. They're community based, so if all these people wanted Lewandowski because how well he played in the year, they get their Lewandowski. Just because he didn't get Team of the Year doesn't mean that they shouldn't get him as the Team of the Year for themselves. And that would be something I would be interested in seeing, because it's something new. It's something to spice up the game. People are gonna get hyped again over that, and I'd like to see that. But like I say, personally, I don't think the way they've done it in the previous years is any worse, and I don't think they're gonna lose too much hype this year either. I think a lot of people are still getting hyped. You can see by the way that the market is going at the moment. The market's obviously it's very down, it's very low, and people are selling up because of Team of the Year. They're liquidating for Team of the Year. They know it's going to be within the next couple of weeks, even if it's a couple of weeks away. It might be a few days away for all we know. They tend to bring it out. We know they bring it out in January. When in January is going to be the question, obviously, because we don't really know. Since obviously we've not got the gala this year for it to come out straight after the gala's been announced, because the gala's been and gone. It could be any time in January. So not knowing when is causing a bit of concern for people. They are selling up their players, and it's a bit annoying because some of the players I have in my team have gone down. I'm not super fussed because a lot of them I'm going to keep, but for example Vieira, who I was planning on maybe selling so that I could eventually swap him up for the prime one, isn't really going to happen anytime soon because of his price being so low. Obviously eventually their price will go back up. I'm not really too fussed about that, but it is proof that Team of the Year is still bringing some sort of hype to this. It is still bringing the hype to the game, even though you don't know 100% when it's coming. Like I say, it has already been announced. People know who's in there. People obviously want the players. People want to open packs. People want to trade and get these players in. And that is the main point. They are still trying to play, and they still are trying to get these players. Or like I say, they are. I say that again. It's also focusing on wanting to make the most profits they can by selling their players off whilst they're expensive, buying them back while they're cheap. But like I say, the market's still going down. So people aren't selling. They're not buying. Sorry, they're still selling. So it is, I would say, still hype. Obviously, like I say, I'm not 100% sure, obviously, how many packs I'm going to open for Team of the Year. Now, I will probably open a few. At the moment, I have saved up a lot of packs from my rewards. So if you have been watching, and you obviously, like I say, you do watch for my rewards are never that great, but at the moment I am saving them. Obviously, we're looking at the monthlies coming out probably this week or so. So it won't be long until we get our monthly rewards. As soon as we get those, I'll open them up and make a video for that. Maybe I'll put a little bit of my squad in there and just have a bit of a talk about it. I will also then have a fairly biggish pack opening video where obviously I've got all my packs from my rewards. I've got all my packs from SBCs and stuff. That was actually a really nice goal. A lovely little finish from Ronaldo. And I'm going to obviously open them all in one big go. I'm going to try and have them all out. Moving back to the Team of the Year talk, I know that obviously if you go onto the Reddit, I'll probably link maybe the thread down below so you can have a look through it and see what you think. I know that this has, I believe, been brought up by Fuji. Now, obviously, Fuji's not really linked to EA or anything. Obviously, these sort of leaks do originally come from EA, so whether or not it has come from EA or not would be something that obviously is something to look out for. I don't know if it has or hasn't, and if not, it's just Reddit hyping over a lot. I know Reddit do hype over a little bit, but a lot of people are talking about it on Twitter, and that's what makes me think maybe this could be true. Maybe it's a little bit more than what we think it is. I could be completely wrong, and they could just bring out the team of the year as per normal, swap it up a little bit like they did last year, where they put out the attackers first rather than the defenders, which I actually think killed the hype even more. Because obviously a lot of people play the game, they open their packs up quickly to get the defenders, and they open loads and loads of packs. The defenders go down in price quite cheap, and then you'll find that they end up still opening packs for the attackers, because the attackers they know are worth 4 or 5 times the amount that the defenders are worth, sometimes even more than that, and you'll probably find that again this year. I don't know what order they're going to put it in, and again I don't know if they're going to do SBCs. Last year they did the SBC, it was only for the kit, obviously the kit being the tuxedo kit, nothing major, but again a lot of people got that at the beginning of this year, so they've got to do something different, because obviously the people that bought it over from FIFA 17 from playing the games beforehand, they are still going to have that kit. They're not going to want to try and get the same kit they've already had. They're going to want something big. Now they might just change the kit up, they might make it the same as Messi's tuxedo that year that he wore, I think it might have been last year, the quite funny tuxedo. They might do that. It's something to spice the game up. It's not that much, but I feel like maybe offering us packs a little bit, or players, it's going to be something that people are going to be interested in. It's going to keep these people who do the SBCs happy, because a lot of people do play the game casually. Obviously, like players like myself play a little bit more than the average normal person. We put quite a lot of time into it. Again, if you're watching my video, you're probably one of those people. A lot of those people don't tend to put a little amount of time in it. Not if you're watching videos on FIFA, even if they're not the best videos, and even if it's not the best player. Now, obviously, like I said, I'd like to pack any of these. I feel like I'd actually prefer a defender. I'd quite like Marcelo or Ramos if I could get one. I have got some untradeable packs. I'm hoping to maybe get some of those. Who would you guys like in your packs, and who would you guys like to see in an SBC? As you can see, the game has just ended there. I'm not going to go into another game just because obviously the video is getting a little bit long now. I hope you guys did enjoy it though. Like I say, leave me some comments down below of what you think of this whole situation. Who, if there was a community team this season, would you like in it? If you don't want it in it, let me know why you don't want it. Let me know all the players. Hit me up on Twitter as well. Obviously, I'd like to speak to people on there. I will always tweeting on there, usually moaning about how bad the game is, but we'll just ignore that. But like I say, guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.